Hello, and today I'm going to show you in this video how to post blog posts to your website. So right now, if you open up the dashboard of your website, you should see the main dashboard here. You also are going to have a menu on the left-hand side, which is going to look different depending on your website, the theme that we currently have in place for you, as well as your administrative rights. So going into blog posts, one thing we want to keep in mind here, and you'll have, this will look different to the dashboard depending on, again, all of those things that I just mentioned. But one of the things we'll have for you in here is some resources in order to help you, guide you through the process of editing posts, editing pages, anything else that might pertain, newsletters, etc. And hopefully in here we'll also show you these videos, one that I'm currently recording now, as well as any other helpful videos that we come out with, we'll also post on this page. So one thing too to keep in mind that we'll have blogging resources here. So when you're adding your main image to blogs, there's actually a photo editor and a free online photo editor that you can use whenever you see fit. One of the things that we will have in place is your main graphic image on your blog post, which actually gets inserted in there. And one of the things we want to keep in mind is this file size, so that we're creating the perfect file size for that main image in your blog posts. In which case we will have it outlined also within this resources page right here. So if you have a large image, you'll go ahead and be able to open up this online photo editor, go in and actually crop the image that you want to, and I'll show you that in a second. So going into blog posts and creating a new blog post, which is going to be under your posts on the side menu over here. If you click on that, it'll actually bring up all of the blog posts that you currently have within your website. If you wanted to add a new one, obviously, if this tutorial is about adding new ones. So all you'd have to do is just go up on the top, click Add New. Sometimes it takes a second to load. All right, once this comes up, you want to enter in the title of your post, and this will actually get pulled in as the headline on your page. So this one, we're just going to, create something, having fun with blog posts. This is going to be the main content area of your blog post. So it works just as a text editor, very similar to like a Microsoft Word with the limited amount of things that you can actually do to add images, justify your text, create an alignment left, right, etc. Over here on the format, it's usually just going to be standard unless you have a video that you want to do, in which case it'll change slightly when you input your video. But for the most part, we're just going to be sticking with standard text blog posts. So this is the main body of the text area, in which case you can go ahead and start typing away. You can add images, which will bring you to your media library. This is all of the images that are currently loaded within your administrative back end of your website. You can also upload fresh ones. So if you had some visual accompaniments to go with your blog post, you can put them in here. You can select files. It'll take you to your desktop or wherever you need to find those files. To set the featured image, which is the one that we just discussed, which is going to be this main image here, you'd want to go over to featured image and then set featured image, in which case I'm going to show you, for instance, and just recreate this past blog post here of dental websites and marketing for 2014 and 2015. So I'm just going to go ahead and select that same image that I have, set featured image. It's not going to show up here, but when I do publish it, it will show up on the front end. So let's go ahead and add some text in here. I'm just going to create something. And then let's say I have a full paragraph of text here, and I have it, or maybe I even have my whole blog post, which is, let's say, 500 to 1,000 words. What I'm going to want to do in order to have it show up just as a little snippet on my blog post page, so I can continue reading if I find it interesting, as opposed to if I create the whole body of content here and I don't insert that read more tag, which is essentially what this continue reading is, then I'm going to see the full blog post on my blog pages. And if I click into it, I'm going to see the exact same thing. I would see the full blog post here as well as here, and I can show you exactly what I mean by that. So I'm just going to copy some text and paste it over really quick. So if I don't insert this tag, let's say I didn't insert that, and I copy and paste my content into the body of this blog post, and I go ahead and I click publish. We can give it a second here as it's loading. I'm going to go back to my blog page. I'm going to refresh it. We can see that my blog post posted with all of that content, as opposed to just having that one little snippet with the continue reading button. So in order to fix that, I can go back in here, and after a paragraph, I can just create some space. Click Insert Read More tag up here in the menu editor. That inserts that Read More tag. Go ahead and click Update. As soon as that gets done loading, we'll go ahead and refresh this page. And you can see that it's now inserted that continue reading button with just a little snippet there. In which case, if I click that continue reading button, I'll actually go into the blog post and I'll see all of my content within this body area here. A couple other things to keep in mind too. Let's say I wanted to create this but not yet publish it and keep it live. I can just click Preview Changes. That's not setting anything live. That's allowing me to view the current content that I have on my blog post in the setting that it would look like once I publish it and have it go live. Another thing too to keep in mind is we have down here the fields for SEO. So if you're creating, say, a blog post about good dental hygiene, and let's say it has a focus keyword of good dental hygiene, and that's my focus point. So I'm going to type in good dental hygiene, if I can spell it right. And down here, so basically what this is doing, I'm creating my focus keyword. So it's going to tell me where I should be using that focus keyword within my content, also within my SEO title, which is going to be the title of the page, what you would see up at the top when you go into your web page within a browser. So I can create, good dental hygiene from LE Dental. And that would be the title of my page. I'm including my keywords within my content, within my SEO title, and then again within my description, and I just want to make sure that I'm sticking to 155 characters or less when I'm writing that out. So once I have all that complete, that's going to help out my SEO factors, and then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to click Update. I'm going to save it, and then that goes live within my blog post. And that is how essentially we will create, any kind of blog post that you want. So anytime that you want, you have an inkling that you want to create new blog posts, or you want to, create some content for your readers, for your current patients or clients, that's how we would go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to also delete that. So let's say that, the post, for some reason, we just didn't want to keep it, or it's a duplicate in this case. Very simple step to delete that post as well. So we just go back into posts. We find the current post that we just created. Here it is, having fun with blog posts. I'm just going to go ahead and click trash. And what that's going to do is that's going to go ahead and put it into my trash, the trash can for the website, and delete it from the live pages. So when I go back and I take a look at my blog, I'll notice that it's now gone. So that is how we create new blog posts.